Yo,
We are Brooke and Sid.
and we're talking BS.
Belief systems, of course. Thoughts create our realities, and we are passionate about creating better thoughts.
Join us as we figure out life from the inside out. Figure out what's holding you back and how to get out of your own way. Come join us as we talk BS. Yo!
Hello, legends.
Welcome back to another episode of Talking BS.
Thank you for tuning
with
in.
Brooke and Sid.
Whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or YouTube.
Yes.
Appreciate you
Hit
all.
us up on Instagram. All of the things.
All the things.
All the things. Today, we're talking about the power of words.
Yeah.
These are so important. They're pouring out of my mouth right now.
Yeah. and
It's
into
going
your brains.
into your brain through this device.
And making you feel stuff.
Exactly. What we're talking about is the fact that our thoughts create our realities. The words we use fuel those thoughts or
Yeah.
build those thoughts.
Yeah.
So if you choose better words, you'll think better thoughts and you'll have a better reality.
Yeah.
The converses are also true.
Yeah.
If you're choosing bad words,
Yeah.
you're going to have bad thoughts.
Correct.
And that's going to create a bad reality.
Yes.
So sometimes if you're experiencing a bad reality, you got to cycle back and be like, what are the words I'm using to create the thoughts I'm thinking that's giving me this experience?
Yes, and I'm sure you would have heard of the fact that thoughts create our personal reality.
Yes.
No, our personal reality. If your personal
Take
reality.
Let's try one more game.
Your personality creates your personal reality.
Yes.
Now, people might think my thoughts aren't my personality.
Yep.
I'm an angry person, or I'm a happy person.
just who I am,
I'm
yeah.
a depressive person, but wrong.
Incorrect.
Your thoughts have a process. So your
Yes.
thoughts can turn from a feeling into a mood, into a personality trait.
Absolutely. And at the core of all of that, the words we use, not just the external words, but these words that we're talking about are the words that are being used in your internal monologue.
Yeah.
So the words you're using to yourself or about yourself
Yeah.
create those thoughts.
We have something like 70 to 80,000 thoughts a day.
That's a lot of thoughts.
That's a lot of thoughts.
I probably have 3 on a good day. That's a lot of thoughts, and that's a lot of words being used to create a lot of your reality.
Yeah.
Heaps of words.
Yeah.
So we're going to launch straight into some of the words that we've noticed. We've spoken about some of these before, and some of the words that we've noticed in our lives personally that have created some of the thoughts that we have had and some of the changes that we've made
Yeah.
with some of those words.
Yeah.
Invite you guys to do the same.
Yeah.
And I guess as part of that invitation, extend the chat to you guys. Hit us up on comment on YouTube, Instagram, if any of these resonate with you,
Yeah.
or if there are words in your life that are creating your reality.
For the better, share them with us.
Yes, absolutely. First one we want to touch on, and we spoke about this, I think, on one of the really early episodes.
Yeah. Number 2.
Number 2, well remembered, is the use that I had of the word but in my life. I had a
Yep.
problem with my butt, guys,
You did.
is what I'm saying. No, what I noticed was that my language was reflective of this internal state that I was in conflict with. Was waiting for things to go wrong. So I would express a positive emotion and that sentence would end with but, and then because of the word but falling out of my mouth, the next part of that sentence would be negative or would be opposite to what the first part was.
Yeah.
So I'd feel things like, today's an amazing day, but I have so much to do.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a good thing or there was a thing, and then the word but automatically kicked my brain into thinking about
What's
but
bad?
what.
Yeah.
What's bad. And so what I noticed, I mean, this was back when I was, working in the legal world. So there
Yeah.
was just a natural, and I've spoken about this before, there was a natural sense of negativity that was building up in me because that whole world was about me seeing what could go wrong in a
Yeah.
good situation or protecting a situation from having already gone wrong sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it was very
Always
much like
looking for that,
always
yeah.
looking for what could go wrong. So I was always looking for the but. This is great, but what could happen?
Yeah.
So my brain started being wired that way. To change that thought and to change the realities that I was experiencing, I just decided to change the word but to and. And that was absolutely game changing for me. What that started to do was I'd have that first thought, whatever that first thought was. As the word but crept into my mind, I would remove it and say and and then I would add something else, and then it would just be something that was flowing on or following up or building from the first thought.
Something good plus something good.
Exactly. Today is such a good day, and I have so much that I get to do. You know, I have so much that I was so happy about the things that I got to do on this good day.
Yeah.
So suddenly today's such a good day, and I'm feeling great.
Yeah, the sun was out and it was hot.
And it was hot.
Yeah.
As even the same thing.
You wouldn't want the sun to be cold, would you?
No, then we're in trouble. But even that sentence, the sun is out and how hot does it feel?
Yeah.
Is so different to the sun is out, but how hot does it feel?
Yeah, but it's hot.
The word but just changes that second part of the sentence.
Yeah.
And
it does. It really does.
Completely. The language is so important. The words we use have so much power.
Yeah. Whether you consciously are aware of that or not, it's going into your subconscious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that thought it's either a reflection of your subconscious or it's reaffirming your subconscious.
Yeah.
And that circular
Belief
thing that's
system.
happening. Yep.
The BS.
That BS, it's creating or supporting a BS that you have.
Yeah.
So if you're not happy with the BS you have, sometimes just taking a step back like I did and just to see what is the conscious expression of this BS. And if the subconscious sometimes, if it's too deep or you haven't done the work, or I hadn't at that stage where I noticed this, I hadn't kind of dived deep to see what that the underlying cause of that could have been.
Yeah.
But on the conscious level, I could see that this manifestation in my language was a reflection of something else.
Yeah.
Just changing that manifestation, changing the physical, changing the language, started to shift my BS.
Yeah.
Words. You had another good one. This one I love.
This one spoke to me.
Oh.
It's because I feel like this has been thrown around so much in my entire life. I don't know. I think my parents just used to say it a lot. Just
that's great that you grew up with
Aussies,
this.
mate. Aussies.
Yeah.
So saying something like, "Oh, I have to pick up the kids." Like, "Oh, I've had such a busy day now. I have to pick up the kids."
Yeah.
How about changing "have" to "get"?
Yo.
I've had such a busy day, and I get to pick up the kids.
This
Wow.
is huge.
Wow.
This is massive, and I know that this is going to speak to so many people out there.
I have to go get groceries.
Yep.
I get to go get groceries because some people don't.
Right.
Yeah.
It flips an obligation.
Yeah.
It flips something that was stressing you out suddenly into an opportunity.
Yeah.
And you get to do something. And then when
Yeah.
you realize that you get to do that thing, it puts that thing in perspective
Yeah.
that not everyone gets to do that.
No, that's right. You're so lucky.
Yep. Even things, and I use like this, really crappy things.
Yeah.
You get a parking ticket.
Yeah.
I have to pay this parking ticket versus I get to pay this parking ticket. You have the abilities, you have the means by which to pay this parking ticket that someone else may not have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that, isn't the best thing to
Yeah.
happen. Don't go out getting parking tickets. Don't be
No.
like, shit told me to go get parking tickets because I
No.
get to do that. That's not what I'm saying.
But even I have to pay this bill.
Yep.
I get to pay this bill because
Yes.
I live in a house.
Yes. Yep.
Some people don't live in houses, remember?
Yep. And it's literally just one word.
Yeah.
Changes the entire thought pattern around whatever it changes your relationship with the thing.
It does, into a positive.
Yep.
Makes you feel all the feels.
Makes you feel the feels, think better thoughts, have a better reality.
Yeah. Because then you go get the kids and you're happy.
Yeah.
So I get to pick you up today.
I get to, it changes
Sometimes you might not be able to pick them up.
Yep. Changes your relationship with the thing, changes your relationship with the kids, changes how you show up.
Yep.
Have to get, that's a big one. If you can
Big
implement,
one.
if from today, if you can just implement that in your life,
Yeah.
game changing.
Yeah. And if you tell us that you can't, then if you fight for that limitation, you get to keep it.
Yep.
So,
That's you. That's
Don't
on
then.
you. Speaking of can't,
yeah.
this is a good one.
Yeah.
So saying you can't do something, fighting for that limitation, the second you say you can't do something, your brain goes, you're right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Correct.
And it stops trying.
Yeah.
Something I found that helped me get through that was a tiny little word.
At the end.
3 letters.
Cat.
Yeah.
I can't cat.
I can't cat.
Just kidding.
Not that. But try it. The word is yet. What I started doing is when I noticed that my brain went, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I go, you
Yet.
can't do that yet.
Yeah.
I can't do that
Yet.
yet.
Correct.
And what that did was it immediately, we'll talk about this at another point as well, fixed mindset versus growth mindset.
Yeah.
A fixed mindset is you are where you are, it is what
Yep.
it is, and you cannot change it.
Yeah.
The word yet takes you out of that instantly. Put me in a place where I couldn't do it right now, but I knew that there was
Creates
a version
opportunity.
of me. Yeah. Does.
It does.
An opportunity for growth.
Yeah.
Creates a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
And it frees you from fighting from that limitation.
Yeah.
You're not saying I can't do it. Not saying you'll never do it.
No.
Just not right now.
I just can't do that yet.
Just not today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Yet. 3 super powerful tools.
And remember, we describe can't as certainly am not trying.
Yep.
So if you say I can't,
That's what you're saying.
I certainly am not
C-A-N-T.
trying. So
Certainly
let's go, all right.
am not trying.
We don't endorse those limitations here on Talking BS. I'm
Nope.
sorry. If
Sorry.
that's what you want, if you want the reaffirmation of your horrible BS, we're not here to
We're
do
not-
that. For,
nah.
Literally leave. Literally
Nah.
click off because this is not for you.
Nope.
But if you're here to be reminded that this is all in your head and
Yeah.
what you speak out into the universe is what you're subconsciously feeling and thinking.
Yep.
We're
This
here to remind
dives,
you.
this dives into the whole world of NLP and kind of have a look into that. We encourage you to go read into that, listen to other stuff that'll hopefully help explain this better on a scientific level.
Yeah.
We just know we're telling you what's happened to us.
Yes.
Yeah, like this stuff works because we've experienced it.
Yeah. And like you can't not believe someone when that happens. If it's been proven, then it's been proven.
Done. Yeah,
you can do
absolutely.
it.
Yep.
And that's the end.
The words you use are so important and I mentioned this before, they define your relationship to the thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
If you are in a crappy relationship with that thing,
Yeah.
change the words.
Yeah, like let's use money for an example.
Yep. So you can have a poverty consciousness or an abundance consciousness.
I love that. Yeah, those two, yeah.
So that's
cool.
how, and so those that don't know what that is, the poverty consciousness is the idea that there's not enough
Yes.
of whatever it is. So you're in a state of always being
Behind.
Yeah, there's a scarcity. There's a scarcity in whatever
A
that
lack.
resource is. A
lack.
lack.
You're living in lack.
Yeah. Abundance consciousness is that it's abundant.
Yeah.
There's everything.
There's so much.
And more than.
Yeah.
And that in the reality of the world, that's there is an abundance if you let there be an abundance.
Yes, and this very closely relates with quantum physics.
Yeah. Yes.
I also want to just quickly touch on the fact that words are energy, thoughts are energy.
Yeah.
And an atom is made up of 99.999% energy and 0.0001% matter.
Yeah.
So your thoughts,
It don't matter.
that's how you manifest stuff.
Yeah. Energy. That's
Energy.
it. And so if you're not aware, the thing is and it's constant.
Yeah.
Those atoms are
They
vibrating.
don't just stop
They don't
at 5 o'clock.
No.
They don't just go to bed.
So you're resonating a frequency. You are
Yeah,
putting out an
constantly.
energy non-stop.
Yeah.
So if you're not conscious of the thoughts you're having, if you haven't stepped back to observe those thoughts, whether you like it or not, they are creating your reality.
Yeah, so if you're in a poverty mindset,
Yep.
you're just going to create more lack.
Correct. That's all you're going to see in the world.
Yeah.
That's all and that's so important because everything exists everywhere.
Yeah.
But depending on where your mindset is,
Yeah.
that's what we see.
Yeah.
That's what you go out and you want to buy a new white car and your new white Tesla, and then you'll go out on the road and that's all you'll see, just white Teslas everywhere, right?
I saw a white Tesla the other day. It had my initials and my birth date on it.
Bam. Tell
Just
me that
saying.
ain't something.
Anyway.
Right? So what you give your energy to
Yeah.
is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Is what is going to return. On that topic of like relationships, so
Yeah.
not just, we talk about money and wealth and stuff. So something that applied to me very recently, and I'm still working on this, is my relationship with time. I am a very busy individual.
You are very busy.
Yeah. And I've
A
learned
lot of different
I've
places.
learned to even, that word busy, I use selectively now.
Right, okay.
A word that I prefer
Yeah.
is productive.
You are very productive.
I'm a very productive
You
individual.
are.
Yep.
I like that.
Because productivity makes me feel good. There's a positive output.
Yeah.
But people wear the word busy like a badge of honor. How many times have you asked someone, hey, how you doing? They're like, oh, so busy.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you just busy for the sake of being busy?
Yeah.
Because in a society today, it's become such
It's glorified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not busy, what are you
You're
doing?
lazy.
You're
Yeah.
lazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two
Wrong.
things are not opposites.
No.
The opposite of lazy isn't busy.
No.
Nah, because you could be busy doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You could be busy not being productive.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Right? You
yeah.
could be just on a hamster wheel, just running.
yeah.
That's, you're not actually, doing, nothing's coming out of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just busy.
Which is so much of us.
So many. Yep.
Yeah.
I was there. I know that I was there.
Yeah.
And
Same.
What shifted was when I started changing the language. If I couldn't honestly answer that I was productive, that forced me to start reflecting on what I was spending my time doing.
Yeah.
Knowing that if I just said busy, that was almost a limitation that I was fighting for.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Oh, bro, busy.
Yeah.
And-
behind the 8 ball.
Yep. And so then I started to notice what my relationship was with time.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was a lack, a scarcity, always feeling like there wasn't enough, and it was manifesting in my language. So words like busy are a reflection of that, right? There's not enough, you're just trying to fill it up, you're just trying to get by. There's not enough. How many times have you heard someone be like, there's not enough hours in the day?
Yeah. A lot.
There is.
There is, actually.
There's heaps.
Yeah.
Einstein had,
There's more than one.
Einstein had 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Legit.
I started noticing that I was using words like, oh, I'm just racing to this meeting. Or I'm in such a rush to get there. Like everything was about scarcity, about lack, about, there not being enough time. I'd say things like, oh, I'll do that if I can find the time.
Yeah.
If I can find the time.
What are you talking about?
Where are you looking, bro? Time is everywhere. And
All of the time.
All of the time. It's right there. Where did you leave the time, dude? I realized I didn't have to find the time.
Yeah.
That in my head, I realized I wasn't making the time.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with being busy and productive.
Yeah.
Being busy is me finding the time to do the things. Being productive is me producing something and creating something and making the time to do the thing I want to be productive doing.
Yeah.
Changing words. Changing words, change my thoughts. Changing thoughts, flip the script and change my reality.
Yeah, because thoughts and feelings are interlinked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because a thought sends a message out, a feeling brings it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're thinking busy, you're going to feel busy. It's going to stress you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Life's hard, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I bet.
You're not wrong. Like, yeah, it would be. Whereas, if you go, oh, I have everything I need.
Yeah.
Life is
Abundant.
easy. Life is abundant.
Yeah.
And I know me saying that, I can already feel it. People out there are going to be like,
Mm.
it's not.
Yeah.
I can feel your resistance. All I'm going to say is, I love your limitation. Keep fighting
it.
for it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
And the thing I want to point out too is that the world is angry and bitter and resentful and hurting. Like we just went through a global pandemic.
Yeah.
That stuff is real and it is present.
Yep.
And there are people that are only angry people.
Yeah.
So when you say it's just, I live in such a bitter world, you're correct.
Yeah.
But you also live in a beautiful world where butterflies exist.
That's
and
right,
where
yeah.
dolphins pop their heads open and
Yeah.
where babies are born
Yeah.
and when there's so much beautiful stuff that
Yeah.
coexist with the negative stuff.